The SAT is tough, but what if I told you that there are certain strategies that can give you an edge? These strategies can completely transform the way you approach the test, and they are the things that most people don't talk about. Hi, I'm Bawa and I'm on my journey to help you ace the digital SAT. I spent a lot of time testing strategies involved in acing the digital SAT, and today I'm going to be sharing the ones that I found the most helpful. So whether this is your first time taking the SAT or you're just looking to improve your score, this video is for you. So let's get started with hack number 1. One thing about the digital SAT, it's predictable. The same question types show up again and again. For instance, in the math section, you should expect to see questions on linear equations, Pythagoras theorem, word problems. They come every time. So you need to focus on these high yield topics instead of trying to learn everything at once in this short period of time. For the reading and writing section, pay attention to common grammar errors, vocabulary in context, transition words, punctuation marks, because these are the things that usually count. You're supposed to learn them first before you go and learn everything else. You understand? So I feel like you should just solve a lot of practice tests, and the more practice tests that you solve, the more you see these patterns that I'm talking about. So basically, the key here is to focus on the most frequently tested concepts. It's all about working smarter and not harder. Have you ever stared at a question for minutes only to realize that you're running out of time? Here's what you should do instead. If you find a question difficult, you're supposed to flag the question, right? Just flag the question so that when you have more time, you come back to it. Why does this work? Well, you will not be wasting your time on one question, hence running out of time, and it will boost your confidence because you'll not be stuck on one question for a long time. Instead, you'll be solving the easy questions, and then because you flagged the difficult ones, when you're done with the easy questions, it will be easy for you to come back to the difficult questions. Do you understand? I hope you do. Also, sometimes tackling other questions gives you a fresher perspective on the difficult question. Remember, every question on the same module is worth the same number of points, so you shouldn't waste your time on a single question. You should move on to easier questions, but don't forget to flag that question you are supposed to skip and return. Sometimes solving a math question the traditional way can feel a bit overwhelming. That's when you use this hack. You solve backwards from the answer choices. So first of all, you start with the middle option. You plug in with the middle option. Why? Because mostly they arrange it in numerical order, the options I mean. So the middle option, you plug it in the answer, and then you see whether the option you plugged in is too large or too small. And if it's too large, you are supposed to go for a lower number, and if it's too small, you're supposed to go for a higher number. This works sometimes when numerical questions are a bit tricky and you actually don't know what to do. In the writing section, you don't need to be a grammar expert to score well. There are basically a few rules that you need to know and use to your advantage. So these rules include how to use punctuation marks like the comma, semicolon, hyphen, parentheses, name it, period, everything. Transition words, subject-verb agreements, and parallel structure. So you're supposed to master these rules and you'll obviously see an improvement in your score. This is a hack you should know. Now this might be the most important hack of all. Only practice with official SAT questions. The official SAT questions can be found on Khan Academy, the College Board website, or the Blue Book app. And these are the questions closest to the actual test questions that you'll be seeing on your test day. So basically, most third-party websites and questions in general do not capture the style and difficulty of the SAT questions, right? So if you practice with official test questions, you are actually preparing yourself for testing as perfectly well as you can. So do that. So make sure you prioritize SAT, official SAT questions when you are prepping for the test. Finally, you need to remember that mindset is everything. The SAT can feel intimidating, but don't let it get the best of you. You need to practice deep breathing during the test. You need to drink water during your break time. Just try your best to be calm and confident, and I assure you that everything is going to go well. That's it for today. To recap, we looked at 5 SAT hacks. 1 was understanding and focusing on question types. Second one was the skip and return method. The third one was plugging in the answers. The fourth was mastering key grammar rules. The fifth, practice with only official SAT questions. And don't forget the bonus tip on staying calm and confident. If you're using these hacks, you're assured of success in your SAT. If you found these tips helpful, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can share your favorite SAT strategies in the comment section so that we will ace this test together. I love you guys.